Welcome to the channel, and welcome to our first video of the new year. A kill team battle report where for the first time, I will be taking command of Jester's Eldar and pitting them against her Necrons. Let's take a look at the kill teams, starting with the Eldar of Craftworld late arc. I've gone for a very simple setup with the Eldar kill team, as I've not used them before, and want to establish a baseline level of experience with them in this game. The first fire team consists of 4 Eldar Rangers equipped with Ranger long rifles. I've also spent 8 equipment points to give each one a Pathfinder cloak as well. Veterans of kill team will be well acquainted with the importance of vantage points, and my opponent, Jester, is typically very good at leveraging them to deny my forces the advantages given by conceal orders. The Pathfinder cloaks will negate this by ensuring that any rangers who are in cover with conceal orders will benefit from those conceal orders regardless of any height advantage their attackers might have. This should stack well with their gun's ability, which allows them to fire from concealed positions. I'm not expecting them to do much movement, but we'll see what the game has in store for them. The second half of my kill team consists of a fire team of Dire Avengers equipped with Avenger Shuriken catapults. These seem like fairly good all-rounders. They have a decent movement speed, their Shuriken catapults have the rules balanced and rending, so they should hit fairly hard, and their armor save isn't too terrible. They look like they should be my main objective scorers, but I'm concerned by their low wounds characteristic. With just 8 wounds, the potential for them to die to a single burst of shooting is relatively high, and as someone who mainly fields power armoured forces, that's not something I'm used to. The kill team is led by a Dire Avenger Exarch, equipped with a Shuriken pistol and a Dire Sword. Honestly, I'd probably like to equip him with twin Avenger Shuriken catapults to make use of his Shuriken Storm unique action, but this is the only model we have. My 2 final equipment points, I've given him the Avenger Shrine banner to help him better secure contested objectives. Now with the Eldar out of the way, let's take a look at the Necrons.
For my Necron kill team, I've gone for one fire team of 4 death marks. This unit isn't one that has overly impressed me in past games of 40k, but I like the look of the AP1 and mortal wounds on crits for kill team. My plan is to try and cover as much of the board as possible from vantage points. The heavy characteristics of their weapons means they aren't really able to get around quickly and shoot in the same turn. Their main job is going to be taking out as many Eldar as possible. My second fire team is made up of 5 Necron warriors. For a basic unit, they look pretty durable with a 4-up save and reanimation protocols on a 2-up. These are going to be my main objective scorers, but they will take any opportunities to take out any Eldar foolish enough to pop their heads up. I've used all my equipment points to give each model Starfire cores, which will allow me to keep 1 failed roll as a normal hit if I roll a critical. That should make my shooting a little more reliable. My leader is one of the death marks. It has slightly improved stats, so 1 extra wound and its weapon is balanced. I've not used Necrons in kill team before, so I'm excited to see how they play.
So, those are the kill teams for this battle. Now, let's take a look at mission selection and deployment. The mission being played today is Escalating Hostilities from the Critical Operations mission pack. In this mission, players deploy on the short edges of the board and score victory points for taking control of the objectives in the middle of the kill zone. What makes this mission different from your standard game is that at the end of the initiative phases in turning points 2 and 3, each player removes 1 objective marker that is closest to their end of the board. This has the effect of gradually forcing a confrontation in the centre of the kill zone. After setting up the objectives, the terrain was set up as follows. I ended up getting to choose my deployment zone, so opted for the blue board edge as I felt the central terrain piece on my side was a good vantage point without being as exposed as the piece directly opposite. As I had to deploy first, I tried to position in such a way that my forces would be protected from any potential turn 1 shots. My plan is to have 2 pairs of rangers on each side of the board so they can advance briefly to claim objectives 4 and 5 before harassing the Necrons with sniper fire. The Dire Avengers will be used to vie for central board control in the early game before sweeping in to claim objectives.
I decided to let Gregor deploy first. This was a hard decision because I would ideally have liked to take the large terrain piece with better cover in the first turn, but with his rangers being able to negate the benefits of a vantage position, I decided it was better to see where he would be deploying. With that being said, I deployed the death marks intending for them to move up to as much cover as possible and cover the kill zone, while moving my warriors to the flanks to claim objectives. Additionally, I want to try and score my hold the line tactical objective as soon as possible, so I want to make sure I'm holding the Eldar back as far as I can. My plan is to then move up and claim my central control tactical objective in turning points 3 and 4.
For the pre-game scouting bid, I opted to fortify and deploy another barricade, whereas Jester opted to infiltrate, giving herself the flexibility to swap out an order. This meant I won the initiative for the first turn. For strategic ploys, I revealed hidden paths to help move some of my ranges to where I wanted them to be, but for now I've decided to keep my tactical ploys hidden and decided not to reveal any.
With Gregor getting the initiative, I decided to take Implacable March as my strategic ploy, so I can move up as quickly as possible. This ploy adds a circle of movement to a friendly operative's normal movement, which is extremely useful when the standard Necron move is only 2 circles. I'm not able to score any tactical objectives this turn, so I've opted to keep them concealed for now.
First activation of the game, this Eldar Ranger is going to dash to this position here. This gives him a nice field of fire to cover the approaches to the centre of the board, while staying in cover himself.
First Necron activation, this warrior is going to advance up the Necron left flank. Move, and then we're going to do a dash. Take us into cover right there. That will be all.
Okay, the Eldar Ranger is also going to be doing something similar. He is going to be moving 3 circles. 1, 2, 3 to here. And then dashing up against the barricade.
This warrior is going to advance around this piece of terrain and up towards the barricade to try and claim that objective. So thanks to Implacable March, I've got 3 circles worth of movement, and then a little bit of a dash at the end.
First of the Die Avengers is going to activate now. He is going to begin by dashing up the rocks here, putting him within triangle of this wall that he's going to climb up for 1 circle and then move up against the rocks here, maintaining his conceal order.
Okay, this warrior is going to move up to this barricade here.
This Die Avenger is going to be doing the exact same move as his buddy. He's going to dash up the rock face and then climb move to get into cover here.
Next Necron warrior is going to move 3 circles around here and then add a little dash in the end to make up this barricade.
Okay, next Avenger, he's going to be dashing and then moving 1, 2, 3 circles and getting low behind this rock here.
Last of the warriors is going to move up to behind its fellows right there. So that's 1, 2, 3.
This Ranger is going to move up to this barricade, taking a position of cover there and controlling the objective.
This Deathmark is going to dash up the rocks into cover right here.
Die Avenger Etzarch is next, So he's going to move his 1, 2, 3 circles to here, dash, then I'm going to spend a command point on matchless agility to move an additional circle to here.
This death mark is going to use implacable march, and then 3 circles, and then dash to here.
Final activation is just going to be the pass of this ranger.
This death mark is doing 3 circles and a dash to get into cover by his fellow on the objective.
All the Eldar have conceal orders, so there are no overwatch shots to be taken this turn.
Last death mark, which is the leader, is going to move up behind its fellows right there, so that's a move, move, move.
There have been no Eldar casualties by the end of turning point 1. They hold both of these objectives, granting them 2 victory points. The Necrons also hold 2 objectives without taking any casualties. They have 2 victory points. As it normally is with Kill Team, the first turning point was very tactical. Both Jester and I focused on moving our operatives into position, and I have no doubt that turning point 2 is going to get bloody. In the initiative step, I rolled a 5 versus Jester's 3, so I've kept initiative, and because of the mission special rules, I have removed objective 5 from the board. I've spent a command point to make use of the strategic ploy Forewarned to try and keep my Eldar alive this turn. I've also revealed my first tactical ops card, Vantage, as I want to score some victory points by having one of my Dire Avengers claim the high ground. Battle plan wise, the Necrons appear weakest on my left flank, so I'm going to focus most of my fire there.
The last turning point was very tactical, with Gregor and I trying to avoid putting any of our models out in the open. I'm a little concerned with the 3 Dire Avengers on the high ground with cover, but my warriors are moving up the flanks nicely. I tried to make my left flank seem like a tasty target to see if I can encourage any Eldar to move up into that, and then I can take them down with my death marks. This turning point, I need to try and thin their ranks a little and hold them in their current location so I can claim my hold the line tac op. No strategic ploy this turning point. I have a feeling I'll be needing those command points for reanimation protocols.
First activation of turn 2, this Dire Avenger is going to spend both of his action points remaining concealed and claiming a vantage point for 1 victory point.
Okay, this Necron is gonna move, and then dash up into that cover. So
next Eldar activation, this Dire Avenger in the middle is going to take a shot at the Immortal behind the barricade.
he's a death.
They're all the same. Shuriken Cannon, 4 shots, hitting 3s. Okay, that's 2 miss, 2 crits. However, I am balanced, I'll re-roll this one. Getting 1 normal hit, which the critical will then upgrade to another critical for rending.
Okay, 3 crits, wow. Alright, so... Ooh, I made 2 of them. So I will block 1 of the crits.
Okay, 8 wounds go through.
8 wounds go through. Happily, they have 10. Okay, so the death mark that was just shot and injured is going to take a snapshot at the Dire Avenger that just shot it.
Okay.
4 hits, 1 of which is a crit.
don't think there's anything I can do here. I'm going to save a normal one because of cover. So I block 2 normals, which means 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 go through, killing him. Okay, this ranger's going to do what he should have done last turn. I'm going to spend a command point on matchless agility. I am going to move 1, 2, 3, then dash and a 4th circle. So if I measure it like 4th circle and dash here to climb up this rock face and remain concealed.
This Necron warrior is going to move, and then dash behind this piece of cover here. Start trying to move up the other flank.
Ranger's going to fire from concealed into the wounded death mark. 4 dice hitting on 2s. It's 3 regular hits.
3 saves, and 3 up. I make one of them.
Okay, so you take 6 wounds, which finishes them off.
We'll finish it off, however, I'm going to use a command point for reanimation protocols. This Necron warrior is going to pass and stay where it is.
This Die Avenger is going to do what his body should have done previously, and he's going to take a shot at that Necron warrior before moving. Four dice, hitting on 3. Oof, okay, we roll for balanced. Not so good, 1 hit, 1 crit.
3 saves, 4 up. Well, that means I block the normal, so...
Okay, you take 4 wounds. Actually, wrong. You take 8 wounds because I have rending, so that actually upgraded to a critical hit.
Okay.
Warrior takes 8 wounds. Finish up. He's now going to charge the Necron. We've just measured, this drop is less than circle. So it's free movement, so he's going to go 1, 2, 3, and then he's got a 4th circle. I'm going to position him so that he is just within engagement range here. He's engaged with a Necron, and he's within circle of the objective.
This warrior is going to change its order out to an engage order. I'm going to spend 1 circle to climb up the rock to here, and then another circle to get to the edge, and then shoot into the X-arc. Alright, 4 shots hitting on 3s. I got 2 crits and 2 misses. They are equipped with Starfire cores, which means I can upgrade one of my misses into a normal hit. So, that is 2 crits and 1 normal.
Right, I'm going to set aside 1 die as a normal save from being in cover. So, the 2 crits go through, so he suffers 8 wounds, meaning he has 1 wound remaining. Okay, the critically injured Exarch is going to swap out his order for an engaged order and fire his Shuriken pistol into the warrior. Okay, Exarch is injured, so he needs 3s to hit. 2 normal hits.
3 saves at 4 up.
Oh, both go through, so he takes 8 wounds.
Puts the warrior onto 1 wound. This death mark is exchanging its order out for an engaged order and is then going to take a shot at the Exarch in the distance. Okay. 4 shots hitting on 2s.
3 hits. Okay, I'm going to set aside a normal save from cover. Oh, doesn't matter. Even if I pass the other one, it's bounced off. That additional hit kills the Exarch because he only has 1 wound remaining. Each Eldar loss is a painful one, and that's doubly true for the Exarch. This ranger can't see the Necron warrior in front of him, so he's going to take a gamble and swap his order out to try and get an overwatch shot later.
Alright, so this death mark, this is the moment it's been waiting for with the Eldar Ranger popping up. So now it's going to take a shot at the Eldar Ranger. 4 shots, hitting on 2s. Alright, so that is 4 hits, 1 crit. That will do a mortal wound, AP -1.
God, that's painful. Okay, I'm using the Ranger Cloak ability, which allows me to set aside 2 dice in cover. I don't think this gamble is going to be worth it. Let's see what the final save is. 1. So, he blocks out 2 normal hits, meaning he's going
9
to
wounds.
killing the Ranger. That gamble didn't work. Okay, well my gambits didn't pay off with my last Ranger. He stuck his head out to get some overwatch. He's now dead, so with my final activation, this Ranger is going to shoot at this Necron. Hitting on 2s.
The look on your face, you're doing the downfall, hit the glass. Okay.
2 normal hits.
So,
You're weak enough, my
3 saves
Got 1 wound.
of 4 up. Which I make.
Das war ein Befehl! Der Angriff Steiners war ein Befehl!
Okay, final action. He is moving 1, 2, 3. Just maybe put him here. Nope, he's gonna fit there.
This warrior is going to go over the barricade for 1 circle and then do a dash action to be close enough to the objective to climb it. My final action, the Deathmark leader is going to move, dash up into cover.
The Eldar have taken heavy casualties this turn, having lost the Dire Avenger Exarch, a Dire Avenger and a Ranger, but managed to hold 2 objectives, giving them an additional 2 victory points, plus they scored the Vantage Tactical Op, giving them an additional victory point. Moving on to the Necrons, they too also hold 2 objectives, giving them 2 victory points for that. But because none of the Eldar are within Pentagon of their drop zone, they also score the Hold the Line Tactical Op, granting them an additional victory point as well. The Necrons have taken a single casualty, which may come back with reanimation rolls later, and currently have 2 warriors suffering injuries. Oof, well, that was a pretty bad turn for me. It didn't help that I forgot to use Forewarned, but it's starting to look like one of those games where I'm going to end up rolling a lot of 1s and 2s. During the initiative phase, I managed to retain the initiative, but also had to remove the remaining objective close to my drop zone, meaning now I'm going to have to try and dissuade the advancing Necrons from the middle of the board. I've spent a command point on the strategic ploy Fleet, but I don't have any useful tactical ops to reveal at this stage.
My plan worked well, and I was able to take out the Exarch, an Avenger, and a Ranger. I do have a few weak Necrons though, and with Gregor taking the initiative again, I still need to be careful not to lose too many operatives and be unable to take the central objectives. In Turning Point 3, I need to hold cover and where possible to continue to thin out the Eldar as they try to move forward, as well as claim at least one of the central objectives.
Starting off turning point 3, we're going to fight a close combat between the Avenger and Warrior. Striking my fists, needing 3s. Oh, my rolls this game. Okay, 1 crit.
Okay, 3s, striking on 4s.
Okay, thankfully I'm attacking and I got at least 1 crit, so I'm going to strike you for 3 wounds, taking you out.
I will spend 1 command point on reanimation protocol.
Yeah, after taking out the Warrior, I'm going to use my movement plus free dash from the fleet strategic ploy to move up to here.
So after I failed my reanimation protocols for this death mark, that one stays down. This one, on the other hand, is now going to take a shot into the Dire Avenger that just moved up. Alright, 4 shots, hitting on 2s, AP -1. Four. Okay, so 3 normals, 1 crit. It will do a mortal wound.
Okay, setting aside 1 for cover. Okay. Block those 2.
That does 9 wounds.
There's just no tanking with shots.
After shooting, the death mark is going to dash down.
Fire Avenger swapped out his conceal for an engage order and is now going to fire at the Warrior down in the canyon. Okay, all 4 hit.
Okay, 3 4-up saves.
Okay, 2 go through, causing 6 wounds. Putting down to 2.
Yes.
Okay, now for his second action, he is going to shot down.
So this Necron warrior is going to use a dash action, drop down for free, and move up to here so that it can see that ranger clearly right there and take a shot. Alright, 4 shots, hitting on 4s because it's injured. I had a crit, which allows me to retain another failed save because of the Starfire core. So that's 3 normals and 1 critical.
Well, we rolled a cox, but I don't think it's actually going to matter. So he blocks the critical, but that is 3 normals for
6, 9.
which kills the ranger. Okay, this ranger's going to go next. He is going to dash around this barricade here to line up for a shot against this warrior. Hitting on 2s. Okay, 4 hits.
Okay. 3 saves of 4 up. So I only make 1.
So 9 wounds.
That's more than enough to put it down. And I'll spend 1 command point on reanimation protocols. This warrior is going to scramble over this barricade and then dash to claim the objective.
Okay, we're going to try and be smarter about this gambit. This ranger is now going to swap to an engage order and spend it. As a first action, he's going to target this warrior on the objective. Okay, so we have 3 hits and a critical.
Okay, 3 saves of 4 up. I didn't make any of them.
Okay, so that's going to be 9 wounds plus 1 mortal for 10.
And that is enough to put down the warrior. And I will spend my last command point on reanimation protocols.
Okay, for his second action, he is going to dash down here. It's going to be a drop of less than circle, so it's going to be 3. Go. To here.
Deathmark leader is going to move over the barricade and then dash up to control the objective.
Moving on to Overwatch now, this ranger is going to shoot at this warrior. Okay, wound 3s. 1 critical hit.
Well, if I don't save it, it will be enough. 3 saves, 4 up.
Yes. 6 or at least 2 4s. No, he takes him out.
And that is enough. Alright, this last warrior is going to move and then dash up to this part of cover. My final death mark is gonna move, dash up to this barricade.
So at the end of turning point 3, the Eldar forces lie in ruins with only 2 Eldar Rangers and 1 Dire Avenger remaining. I've not been able to secure any objectives this turn, nor have I been able to score any tactical operations, so I don't gain any victory points. The Necrons on the other hand have fared much better. About half of their force lies incapacitated at the moment, but the vast majority are expecting to stand back up. They now hold on to an objective which is now worth 2 victory points, and they were able to secure hold the line for the second time, granting them an additional victory point for their tactical ops. At this point this game's almost over, so we're just going to jump straight into turning point 4. Okay, the Ranger managed to move up 4-3 in the strategy phase using the Hidden Paths strategic ploy. For my first activation, I'm going to use this Dire Avenger, who is going to use a move action to climb up into position up here. And now he's going to fire his Shuriken Catapult at that death mark. Hitting on 3s. Okay, using balance to re-roll this. Okay, so that is 4 normal hits.
3 saves of 3 up. And I am actually going to keep 1 from cover. Okay, so I block 2.
Okay, so you take 6 wounds.
6 wounds. Deathmark leader is just going to move up into tight coverage while still controlling the objective, stay out of as much line of fire as possible.
Okay, with a dash action, the Ranger's going to climb up here and shoot at that death mark. 2s. Oof, just hit with 3.
Okay. Got cover, so I'll keep 1 cover, and then 2 saves of 3 up. Both of which I make, so I block all of those shots. This warrior is just gonna move to the side and shoot this ranger. Alright. 4 shots, hitting on 4s. 1 hit.
Okay. 3 dice, saving on 5s.
Ooh,
Okay.
nice.
Unexpected. If Ranger's going to return fire, he's actually going to go to an engage order and use his Shuriken pistol. Shooting threes. I sure have rolled a lot of ones today. That is 2 hits.
Okay, 3 saves of 4 up. So,
We make it.
yeah.
Okay, we've just measured and the Ranger can actually squeak through this gap, so he's going to be moving 1, 2, 3 circles. Let's try and sit on top of the objective. In a very exposed position. Yeah, let's see if this gambit survives.
Alright, this death mark is going to dash up here and take a shot. Four shots, hitting on 2s. All hit.
That's the end of that Ranger. 3 saves, team 5s. There's no point. I'm going on the cock dice, he's dead. Overwatch shot from this Ranger into that death mark. Hitting on 3s. Okay, let's see if that one's cocked. Yep, we roll that.
Nice.
Okay, 2 crits, 2 normals.
3 saves of 3 up. So, I block a crit, block a normal.
Okay, so you take 3 plus a mortal wound, and another 3, so that's 7 in total. Just going to check the rules if you take a mortal wound from this 6 here. Final damage tally was 8 wounds on the death mark because the saved critical hit does actually still cause a mortal wound in addition to the other critical hit.
The injured death mark is just going to stay where it is. And then finally, this warrior is just going to move up to this barricade.
Yep, I won't bother doing an Overwatch shot because it makes a 0 difference. At this stage in the game, speaking of, we have reached the end of the final turning point. So, as the battle draws to a close, the camera pans to show a Necron foot crushing the skull of an Eldar corpse as it, and the rest of his comrades, march implacably forwards. Securing their crushing victory, final scores are 5 victory points to the Eldar and 10 for the Necrons. We'll get into the post-game thoughts in just a second, but first I'd like to thank you for watching. If you liked what you saw, please drop us a like, hit subscribe if you want to see more, and maybe even share the video with others that you think will enjoy it. Okay, so post-game thoughts. That was a massive victory for the Necrons. The Necrons played really well, and the Eldar, I made a couple of big mistakes due to my lack of familiarity with the side, but my die rolls didn't help either. I really liked how the Eldar play, but they have absolutely no capability to tank the Necron shots, especially from the death marks, and I had made the typical mistake of, oh, death marks are never good in any form of 40k, so they can't be that bad, and they proved me wrong. So yeah, next time the Eldar go up against the Necrons, they're going to have to think about how they approach things a little bit differently. How do you think the game went for you?
Yeah, so I really enjoyed how tactical it was, especially that first turn moving up, everybody trying to stay in cover and not give the first blood away. I really enjoyed how the Necrons played. It was really interesting to see 2 sides that only have 2 action points each and no power armor on the table. That first turn I was a little concerned with you guys having that high ground, but in the end the sheer weight of firepower from the Necrons just won the day for them.
Yep, that plus the whole reanimation protocols. Very tricky to overcome, but a lot of fun, and we'll have to rematch soon.
Absolutely.
That brings us to the end of this battle report. We hope you enjoyed yourselves, and we look forward to seeing you next time.